What you guys, got another video here for you. In this one we're going to be taking a look at removing any stubborn type of adware. Now some people have mentioned that they've used ADW Cleaner and tools like that and they've still got adware on the system, and this is sometimes pretty common and you need to use other methods to remove that, and sometimes it may be malware related and not quite adware related. So let's take a look at what adware is. This is adware. It basically runs on the system, and once you've installed it, it will start putting up these little pop-up boxes running fake scans on your system, and then basically telling you that the system has got errors on it or viruses on it or something like that, and what it needs to do is to fix these. As soon as you click on fix these, it wants you to purchase their product, which is absolute rubbish because you haven't got those errors on your system. The only error is the actual program that you're looking at right now. And there's another one that we've got here, Advanced PC Care. There's loads of them on the internet, and so if you ever got any of these types of things on your system, then don't fall foul to them. They generally come down when you're surfing the internet, and you'll get redirected to a site, and there's loads of different types of programs and themes to them. You can close them off, but they will continually run when you restart the computer. Now, if you have tried a few different tools, I've got some tools here on the desktop. This system is running a bit slow. See if I can move this out of the way instead of trying to close it. Let's close this off. Okay, I'll force close that. So here we have some tools that we can use to remove adware from the system. Now, as long as you haven't got malware on there and loads of other different types of infections on there, then just using anti-adware tools will remove those from your computer. So you can see here we've got ADW Cleaner, which is owned by Malwarebytes. Also we've got JRT, which is also owned by Malwarebytes as well. And you can see here with this tool, it's a pup removal tool basically, and it removes pups very easily. Potentially unwanted programs are what we call pups. And you can see I've also got Zemana on here as well, Anti-Malware. Now this is very good at detecting adware as well. And we've also got Ultra Adware Killer. Okay, and we've got FreeFixer, which is pretty good if you're having trouble when you've run these programs. And we've also got Farbod Recovery scan tool, which takes a little bit more expertise to use. Okay, so in this circumstance, what you can do is take a look at control panel here, and go into your control panel. You can see programs and features, and you'll see a load of programs that have installed themselves inside here, and there's quite a lot, and this can make the system very sluggish and slow, and you can get pop-ups, redirects when you're trying to use your browser. Maybe your browser has changed to something else. So you can try to remove these by using the uninstall feature, but sometimes the uninstall feature is not here and you have to look for it on your computer. If you don't want to do all that, you can just run the program, and you'll see they just keep popping up. That's exactly what they do, and they can be quite tiresome and nagging, and you want to just remove them from the computer. You can see one here is called Advanced PC Fixer and one's called Advanced PC Care, probably the same company. So anyway, let's take a look what we could do here. So we could run ADW Cleaner, and that's going to remove a massive amount of junk from the computer. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and run that, we'll do this right now. We're going to run this as administrator, and this is it here. Okay, so once you do this, it's asking you to run a scan, and this will do a long scan and remove a lot of this from the computer. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the other tools as well. So let me just come out of this one here. A JRT is like a prompt box type program. You'll see it here when we run it. A prompt box will pop up, and this is what you'll get. Just check it for updates and push the continue button. Push the enter button, sorry, or anything like that to continue the scan, and this will then remove any of this stuff. And you can see it's now Malwarebytes in there. Also, this is like Malwarebytes Anti-Malware program, but Zemana is another type of tool. We've also got Ultra Adware Killer as well, and you just click on this, and basically when you open this up, it's going to scan the computer when we do hit scan, and you can see it listing loads of programs here. Now this might not remove every single one of them, but it's good to weed out some of the ones that may be struggling and still on the system. So you can see we've got auto start. We can go through here and we can put ticks in whatever you want to do and remove them by hitting the cleanup button. But we'll go through some of this. A good feature here is we can reset the browsers here, as you can see. And you can see Internet Explorer has been overtaken here by something. So as you can see, a FreeFixer works in a similar way. It scans the system and you can put ticks in. Works in a very similar way to that. And we also have the Farbod Recovery Scan Tool. Now what Farbod Recovery Scan Tool will do, will give you a log file like this, and you will need some expertise to go through this and read the logs and actually put them into a file, and then click fix, and it will fix those files, these programs on here, and remove them. So you can see here we've got loads of nasties on here. You will get notified with things like attention, and sometimes you may get policies that have been changed, and also stuff like that. It will stop those in the browser. You won't be able to open up the browser, and you can see here we've got some bits and pieces inside here, and it will remove all this stuff if we list all this. It's very long and laborious, but it does a great job. Okay, but if you want to use this, then be warned that it can do damage to the system if you're not using it correctly. It also has another log file called addition, and you go through here as well. Okay, it's probably, if you're not very good with computers and stuff like that, you're probably best to leave this sort of scan alone and let someone with expertise using it. Sometimes you can go to a forum and post up your logs, and they will help you remove it using the log file. Okay, you can see here attention, we've got a few of them here, but I can see other ones on here as well. So let's first start off with the ADW Cleaner. I'm going to give this a quick scan. Probably take a bit of time, but we'll leave that running. It's going to load the database and then run a scan. I'll pause the video at this stage, and while that's doing that, I'm just going to run and remove a lot of this stuff here up the top. You can remove these and clean these up. So you can see the power of this tool is now completed, and it's found at 186 threats, and this is very good at weeding out all these nasties on the computer that may be causing you have issues when you're browsing and stuff like that. Now you can see there's some little tabs down here. These will give you the areas like services that is found, also folders and files, and you can see the files that is dropped on the system, and also scheduled tasks, and you can see here, and registry. So all we need to do here is hit clean, and all the programs will be closed, and it will erase all those. Now it may need to reboot the system, so that's okay. You can see it closing them down the bottom here, and then it will delete all the folders and files and registry keys. So we'll just let that go ahead and do that. It may take a bit of time, and then it will then reboot the system. Okay, so now it wants to reboot. As you can see here, when we click on this, and it wants to now reboot the system. So we're going to say OK here to let that reboot and remove all the last remnants. So we'll just let this load up. And there we are back at the desktop. It will create a log file for us in a second. You'll see it pop up. And we may be able to delete some of these. And there you can see we have the log file now created. Just clean up the desktop a bit here, and you can see here we have the log file, and this is what it's all removed. Folder deleted and so on, deleted on reboot. And it's handy to keep these for reference. and that's those removed. So next up we've got JRT here, which is owned by Malwarebytes as well. So I'm just going to skip this one for a second, and I just want to open up this one here. And we're going to take a quick look and a quick scan to see if anything got left behind. So you can see here, I can see a program, so I'm going to remove that, and also this one, and this one, and this one. And you can see here it's found some bits and pieces that the other program left behind, and that's okay. Google Update, Driver Wiz. Okay, so let me just make sure that you can see here. I'm going to leave that as is and go from there. So we're just going to quickly remove these, and if you put the ticks in here, it will reset these for you. And we're just going to do that as well, just to make sure that anything that's in there that's been changed is going to go back. So all we need to do here now is hit the cleanup. It's saying some items could not be removed, and we can check the log for that. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have a look at JLT here. We'll go back to this one and we'll run this. I'm going to push enter here. It's failed to create a restore point, which is okay. We've also got this running in the background. As you can see here, it's found Zemana. It's found some stuff here, so we're going to remove it with this as well. As you can see, very, very powerful tool, this. So we're going to run this as well as this here. So this has encountered a problem. So it's just going to go through its thing and let this run, and then we'll take a look at the other one. So while that is doing that, I'm just going to quickly remove these here. It may need to reboot. You can see it doing a lot of stuff. That's been completed. We'd run a scan with that right at the very end, and we'll just let this run. So while that is running here, I can see a couple of shortcuts on the screen here. So I'm going to have a quick look at this by looking at the properties. And if you look here, we can see a path. And this may have actually removed it, we'll see. But there's a path there which says it's in programs. Now if we open this file in location here, we can now see there is an actual program inside here, and there is an uninstaller for that. So we could actually click on this uninstaller to see whether it removes this from the system. So if you're having trouble removing, you can see what they're trying to do just to get any type of money out of you here. So we're just going to go, no, I want to uninstall. Are you sure you want to click? Yes, we do. And then we're just going to let that go. So sometimes even if you can't remove them, just use the uninstallers on the ones that are left. It's so much easier. That's why I advise you to go through and use the uninstaller first in your programs and features. It takes you to their web page, and you can see that here. Okay, we've got the log file here, successfully removed some of this stuff here. So we're gaining the PC back slowly. Just cancel this out because we've now removed that, and it's the same thing with this one. Let's just have a look here. I'm going to open the file up in location to see if there's anything there, and there is. And there is an uninstall feature, so that's why it's always good to check this. Now sometimes these get damaged by the program when you like using ADW Cleaner and tools like that. So it may break the uninstaller, but for this case it hasn't, and it's removed that for us. So we just remove some of this rubbish on the desktop here. And I can check this out, secure browser, just to make sure. And you can see here, program files. I'm going to open this up and there's nothing there. That's just the shortcut, so that everything else has been deleted in there, so we can remove that. Now this one was another one that I wanted to check as well, and you can see this is there, so we're going to quickly remove this as well. Unknown publisher, so we're going to remove that just like so. We can close that out. Now of course we can run other scans as long as you haven't got any malware on the system and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is just going to quickly run a scan with FreeFixer. So I'm going to open this up and we'll run a scan. I'll come back when this is complete because this takes a fair bit of time to get all the way through. Okay, so that's the actual scan complete. And we can see here, this is a very useful tool as well. And what you can do here is go through and you're trying to find any sort of bits that are left behind. You can run this at the beginning if you wish. Depends on how you like to go about things. But you can see here, we're just going through here. And it's all coming up pretty good here. And anything you're not sure about, you've got this little more info here, and this will tell you what it is. And you can accept this and it will take you to the internet and it will tell you roughly what it's linked to, as you can see. And all this green stuff is pretty much okay. So what we're looking for is bits that are left behind. So we'll have a quick scout through, and I can see some stuff here, as you can see, in the quarantine area. So we're going to get rid of this. That's in the ADW Cleaner quarantine, so we can clean that out there. So okay, so if we go back to the ADW Cleaner folder, which is this one, and you'll see it here. So we're not going to keep those, we're just going to get rid of those. We can remove this. Okay, so we're pretty much doing okay here. I'm going to set this as Chrome, and because we've reset this now with the Adware cleaning tool, which was the UVK on the Ultra Adware Cleaner, I think it's called. It's reset everything, and I can see here this needs to come out, this email thing. But basically the browser is working. You can see here there's a list of it here. Not that we're going to select that, so we're just going to select this. And you can see if we went to anywhere now, we shouldn't get redirected. We shouldn't have anything up here at all, as you can see. So that's good. And what we could do here is just run another quick scan here. And as you can see, the PC's now come up clean, which is pretty good. And also, which I wanted to do is just quickly take a look inside the programs and features, because now we've removed a lot of stuff. You can see that the PC's come back quite a bit, and I can still see a couple of entries in here, but these may be already dead because we didn't uninstall them from here. These may already been removed, and I'm pretty certain they are because the icons are gone. So if they are, when we uninstall them, you'll get an error just like so, and that's okay. We're just going to remove it from the list, and that's because all the files have been removed for that program. And as you can see, that's all cleaned out now. There's no adware in there. Now obviously if you are comfortable, you can use this if you're still having issues, and that will remove any remnants and any problems that you may have, any permissions, anything like that that have been set on the browser. But pretty much that's it really. We're back up and running and clean. So anyway, I hope this one helps you out, guys. I could run more scans, but I'm pretty sure the system's clean, and I would continue to run more scans if I had malware and stuff like that, like Malwarebytes, ESET online scanner and stuff like that, if you had other problems with your computer. But if you ever need any questions answered, you can always go over to the forums and we'll help you out over there. Anyway, so I'm starting to ramble. I'm going to end this video because it's getting late. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Brian from brightechcomputers.co.uk. If you enjoy these videos, guys, then hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date and be notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you've got any problems with your computers, you can always head over to the forums and join the community over there and post up any problems or any video requests, and we'll do our best to make those videos for you. Okay, so anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. Thanks for your continued support. Bye for now.